What's up, guys? Got something a little bit different for you. I've been going over budget guitars, right? Budget. Because I'm cheap. Well, I'm broke, right? So I gotta be on a budget. And a lot of you guys are too. But I was doing some window shopping. And just for fun, I thought I'd go over the most expensive guitars. Now, I know there are more expensive guitars elsewhere. I just went on Musician's Friend and checked out what they had. And, just taking a look, right? And no, I'm not sponsored by Musician's Friend. I just find them easy to use, So, just so you know, I picked and chose. I didn't put them all on here because otherwise, there's a lot of Fenders and Gibsons. No surprise there. But stick around for the end to see the most expensive guitar that they have, because it's not a Les Paul, right? I figured it would be for some reason. But let's take a look here. I started just under $5,000 because that's where you start to get expensive. That's expensive. That's legitimately $5,000 for a guitar is more than I'd be willing to pay. So here we got a Duesenberg USA Star Player TV electric guitar. I don't know what the TV is for. Not really terribly familiar with Duesenberg, but $4,700 for a guitar. It's a good looking guitar, but man, it's a lot of money, right? And, next we have Cower guitars. They're Super Chief semi-hollow, like $4,800. That's an expensive guitar. That's a pretty guitar, though. I guess if you got a lot of money, buy a nice guitar. Let's see. Here's where we start with the Gibsons. $4,800 for a custom CS 336. Good looking guitar. Definitely good looking guitar. That's a lot of money. But it gets higher. It does indeed. Take a look. Here's our first Fender of the bunch. Custom Shop 1962 Jaguar Journeyman Relic. That's a really long name. It keeps going and going. I guess, for $4,800, you want a lot of name for your guitar, right? A lot of long name. Now here's the first, but not the last, PRS, also at $4,800. Their Custom 24. That is a really good looking guitar. I'm not surprised PRS is going to be on this list a bit, obviously. Relish guitars. I have never heard of Relish guitars before. Mostly probably because I don't look at $5,000 guitars. But here it is, man. The Relish guitars Mary Electric guitar. What's that? Eucalypt? Whatever, man. It's pretty. It's different. And it's $5,000. Right? I did not know Jackson. Jackson made expensive guitars, but here it is. The USA Signature Misha Mansour Juggernaut Amber Tiger Eye, $5,000. I don't know who Misha Mansour is. Surprisingly enough, I don't know the names of all the guitarists out there. There are a lot of signature guitars on here that I imagine I know the band, but I don't know the name of that guitarist. So, here's a $5,000 Jackson. Ibanez, another brand I was kind of surprised to see this high up, but it's the Joe Satriani signature Chrome Boy guitar. So $5,000 if you want to play like Joe Satriani. You got to have the guitar to play like Joe Satriani. I know who Joe Satriani is. And if you want to sound like him, you got to buy his guitar, right? And $5,000 to be like Joe. So here's the Ernie Ball Music Man John Perchuki Majesty 7 Tiger Eye electric guitar. $5,250. It's a lot of money. But, it's a Music Man, right? Surprisingly enough, I thought Ernie Ball, their guitars would end up at the higher end than they did, actually. But that's Ernie Ball right there. ESP, Alex Skolnick. I know the name. I know his name. It's ESP's Les Paul guitar, but it's got some dude's name on it, right? So, okay. moving on. Fodera. I've heard of them. They have interesting guitars. Not cheap. Fodera Emperor, right? It clear satin finish. It's a good looking guitar. Fodera guitars, they're nice. From everything I've seen, everything I've heard about them, I've played them at the music store, right? I'm not going to buy one. They're expensive. $5,650. Pricey guitar. But hey, is what it is, right? All right, moving on. Here's Cower. Their Banshee Blackhawk. That's a cool looking guitar. Looks very Gibson-y, you know what I mean. So, hey man, $5,700. You can have that and take it home today. There's another Fodera Monarch. It's getting expensive, man. We're over $5,700 now, but we're nowhere near the top, right? We're just window shopping, but it goes higher. Here's another Fodera Monarch, right? Around the same price. Let's move on. Another ESP, Alex Skolnick Floyd Rose. I guess it's like their other guitar, but this one has a Floyd Rose on it. And apparently adding a Floyd Rose to that guitar ups the price by like $1,000. So now we're up to $6,000. But does it go higher? Yes, it does. ESP again, the Gary Holt signature, $6,000. Looks like it has a Floyd Rose on it, man. I guess if you want a Floyd Rose on your ESP, you're spending some money, right? Relish guitars. Here they are again, the Jane Electric. That's cool looking. I got to admit, I don't know if it's $6,000 worth of cool looking, but that's a cool looking guitar. I imagine it plays good. It should for that kind of money, right? Here we are with Schecter. I figured there'd be a couple Schecters up there. So Schecter Masterworks, because it better be very masterfully worked for that kind of money. Dream Machine with solid Koa body. I dream of the day I can buy that guitar. I can afford that guitar. I don't know if I'd buy it, but I dream of the day I can afford to just drop $6,000 on a new guitar. That'd be nice. That's a nice dream. All right, here's another Gibson. The 58 Les Paul Standard, light aged. We're up to $6,300. That's an expensive guitar. You know, $6,300, you get a Bigsby on it. That's right. So, Fender Custom Shop. Told you it'd be a lot of Fenders and Gibsons. $6,700. That's a lot of money. I mean, it's cool. It's a little different for Gibson, or for Fender, I mean. Fender doesn't usually do guitars with, like, setups like that. It's a little bit different. Kind of neat, though. Neat looking. Now, here's your Gibson double neck, right? There you go. The double neck, silver burst, like $6,900. But does it go higher? Yes, it does. Fender Custom Shop Jimi Hendrix Stratocaster in Olympic white, because just putting Jimmy's name on it makes it worth $6,900 right there. You'll see more Jimi Hendrix guitars, right? And not just from Fender. The Hendrix name, I guess it adds value, right? Here we go, D'Angelico. And I figured they'd be on here. The Bob Weir SS Limited Edition. Bob Weir. I find it kind of weird that Bob Weir has a signature guitar that costs $7,000. Just something, is he kind of, counterculture, anti-establishment back in the day? Now he's putting his name on $7,000 guitars, but at least it's not a Fender or a Gibson. It's a D'Angelico. So I can kind of dig that. And it's a really pretty guitar, but thought that was kind of weird. Bob Weir. Okay. Moving on. Got another Gibson. Gibson Custom 56 Les Paul Standard, $7,000, right? No surprise there. The Gibsons, they get more and more expensive. And we got another Fender. The 68 Thin Line Telecaster Relic, master built by Greg Fessler, is $7,000. It better be master built. That's an expensive guitar. Right? And obviously another, some more Fender, another master built Dennis Galuska 60s Telecaster, right? So, all right, master built. Let's move on. The Gibson Custom 54 Les Paul, light aged. So that just jumped up pretty quick. We're at $7,900. And it jumps up even more in a little bit. Right now, $8,000, Ibanez Paul Stanley Signature Edition. Yeah, I'm not surprised Paul Stanley has an $8,000 guitar. I'm pretty sure he probably has like a $20,000 guitar for sale through somebody out there. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Him and Gene Simmons, they all about that dollar, you know? So $8,000, you can look like Paul Stanley. There you go. Another Fender Custom Shop. This master built by Kyle McMillan. That is a really cool paint job. I got to admit, that's cool looking. That, I don't know if it's like $8,300 cool looking, but it's cool looking. So, all right, here we got Gretsch, because Gretsch is going to be up there, right? $8,750. Gretsch Guitars Custom Shop, Rich Robinson Magpie electric guitar. Okay, not surprised Rich Robinson would jump in on that. Cool looking guitar. Okay, so it is cool. But moving on, we got another Les Paul, right? And, no surprise, I figured the most expensive guitar on here would be a Les Paul. It's not, but man, a lot of the most expensive ones are Les Pauls or Les Paul copies, like ESP has their Les Paul style guitar. But Gibson loves to make expensive Les Pauls. And here's another one. And here's another very expensive Fender, Eric Johnson, Virginia Stratocaster, master built by Carlos Lopez. So, Eric Johnson, yeah, $9,000 guitar. I don't know if it'll help me play like Eric Johnson. Can always try. I don't know. Couldn't hurt, right? Well, it could hurt. $9,000. That hurts. That's a lot of money. I mean, you're getting to the point where you can buy a really good used car. That's a down payment on a house, dude. All right, another Gibson, $9,000 plus dollars, Another Fender Custom Shop, Bob Bain, Son of the Gun Telecaster, $9,500. A lot of Fenders, a lot of Gibsons. Let's move on, see if there's anything cooler than that. All right, the Gibson Custom Wes Montgomery, right? That's a little bit different. Single pickup, hollow body, jazzy type guitar, $9,700. It's a lot of money for a guitar. Look, I guess it's a lot of guitar, but that's a lot of money for a guitar. All right, moving on. Here's the next Jimi Hendrix guitar. Gibson Custom 1967 Jimi Hendrix SG. Triple pickup. I guess Hendrix played one of those back in the 60s, But $10,000. Dude, the Hendrix name, I guess it makes it worth $10,000. $10,000. That's a lot of money. So here we go. The next Jimi Hendrix guitar, Gibson Custom 1969 Jimi Hendrix Flying V. Also $10,000. I think I might go with the SG. That has 3 pickups. This has 2. I mean, it had more pickups. I guess it makes it worth more. I don't know. But, hey, it's got the Hendrix name on it. How can you go wrong, right? Here's your next PRS. Dude, private stock custom. It better be pretty private stock for that kind of money. $10,000. Laguna Dragon's Breath. It's a really cool guitar. Is it worth $10,000? I don't know. Maybe it is. But to somebody it is, or they wouldn't sell it, right? There's the same kind of thing. Another PRS private stock. This one's $160 more because, I don't know. Looks cooler, I guess. It does look, I mean, it is a cool look. So, something makes it worth another $160 above the last one. Here's another Gretsch. $10,200. Yeah. Custom shop. It better be pretty custom. Nice guitar, though. I like it. It's pretty. Nice orange color. You know, we're over $10,000 though. These are expensive guitars. Let's take a look. Here's another PRS. I mean, at least this Brazilian rosewood fingerboard. That sounds pretty fancy. Black limba back, figured Carina neck, faded Bonnie pink. I like the pink. That's cool. That's a guitar I wouldn't mind owning, but I don't know about that price. You know, that's a lot of cheddar. But, you know, you want to go up a little bit more, you got the Gibson custom Birdland guitar. $10,600. It's a good looking guitar. It's a lot of money. Lot of money. But we're just window shopping, right? We ain't got to buy. We ain't buying. We're just looking. So why not look at the best, right? Gibson. There's another 59 Les Paul standard. That's a really pretty guitar. If you got $10,650, yeah, you could have a guitar that basically looks just like their Les Paul standard. I mean, I don't really see much of a difference, but I imagine there has to be. There has to be a difference. Has to be. At that price, has to be a difference. Something in there makes it worth like $8,000 more than they're already way too expensive Les Paul standard. But hey, let's move on. The Gibson Custom Rick Nielsen, aged and signed. That one's signed. Okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. I guess if it's signed, that makes it worth, a lot of money. Another PRS, custom, or private stock custom, you know, flame maple top, mahogany back, Brazilian rosewood neck. It's cool looking. It looks really cool. That's a good looking guitar. It better be. It better be. We're pushing $11,000 here. That better be a really pretty guitar. Got another Fender, right? Custom shop 60s Telecaster thin line. Another thin line Tele, right? Apparently, it's master built by Vince Van Trigd. I don't know who that is, but whoever it is, man, I guess he builds good guitars. A lot of thin line Teles on here, right? I guess, you know, people dig them. All right, so here's your Gibson 2015 Wes Montgomery hollow body, $11,100. That's, wow, yeah. But it makes it, then you get to play like Wes Montgomery. So, yeah, here we go, another PRS. PRS is obviously up there. We're packing over 11 grand. And it looks like a PRS. They're all cool paint jobs. That's cool. That's a cool paint job. I don't know about, you know, $11,000 cool. But, you know, here's your Gibson Custom Tom Murphy 59 Les Paul. Yeah, $11,500. That's a lot of money for a Les Paul. So, you know, here's another PRS that is ridiculously expensive. And yeah, I can dig it. I get not really. No. I don't think any guitar is worth that much, honestly. But it keeps going up. You get another PRS here. Goes up a little bit in price. Let's take a look. Another PRS. I think I put a bunch of PRSs on here. I skipped a bunch of the Fenders and Gibsons, you know. But here's your Gibson Custom L5. It's a pretty guitar, very jazzy. That's $12,000 worth of jazzy? I guess it is. And there's your Fender Custom Shop Andy Summers Monochrome Stratocaster. I'll be honest with you, that is a really cool looking guitar. I don't know if I'd pay $12,500 for it, but it does look really cool. It's a cool guitar. So expensive. We're doing expensive guitars. So no surprise, it's expensive. All right. Here we got the Gibson Custom / Double Neck SG. $13,000, man. $13,300. wow. It doesn't really say if Slash, if they mean the guitarist Slash from Guns N' Roses, or I would assume so. I didn't know Slash, you know, had a black SG double neck, but I guess he did, or he put his name on this one anyway. That's a lot of cheddar for that, right? And now we're getting near the top, I think. There's the Gibson Custom Legrand. You notice how Gibson, you start getting way at the top, and their jazzier guitars come up more. That's obviously a jazz guitar. It's cool looking, single neck pickup, hollow body, neat guitar. You know, I knew a guy actually had a guitar a lot like that, but it was like an original Gibson from way back. It was like from the 40s or 50s, something like that. It was one of the first ones they put a pickup on. That thing was worth a mint, right? I don't think he'd ever get rid of it. He was a pastor at a church I used to go to, and he played jazz guitar, and he had that thing. It sounded amazing, but I guess this is the new version of those old Gibson jazz guitars. So here's another one, Gibson Custom Super 400, thin line hollow body. Yeah, $16,000. Not a cheap guitar, but it I mean, you know, you could display it, let people know you got that kind of money. That's like the Bentley of guitars, right? Now here's a Fender Custom Shop limited edition George Harrison Rocky Stratocaster. That is undeniably a really cool looking guitar. You know, George Harrison's was cool looking. $25,000. You see how this jumped up like $9,000 from the last guitar. There's a big jump all of a sudden to these top couple. And obviously the top two here, Fender is one of them. Yeah, that's pricey. It's cool looking, but man, I think I could paint my own guitar and save some money. But here we are at the top, right? We were at 25. We're jumping up $2,100, breaking the $27,000 barrier. No surprise, it is a Gibson. And it's one of their jazzy ones. Gibson Custom 2015 Citation. Electric hollow body. Natural finish. Very pretty guitar. But is it worth $27,000? Now, tell me what you think in the comments below. Are any of these worth it? Is there a single guitar on this list that's worth that kind of money? I really want to know. I want to know what you think. I want to know, do you think there is? Personally, I don't. I wouldn't spend that kind of money on a guitar. I wouldn't spend over, I mean, like $3,000 at the top end, at the most. And I've never spent that much on, even that much on a guitar. I think, you know, I don't know, the most I've spent on a guitar, I don't even think I've spent as much as $400 on a guitar. I've spent around $300 on a guitar. Spent $300 on a mandolin. You know, my Aria mandolin. I don't know if I'd spend that much on a guitar, but you know, at the same time, I don't have that kind of money, so it's kind of a moot point, you know. I'm sure there's a guitar out there I'd spend a bunch of money on if I had it. What would you spend a bunch of money on, huh? Tell me. What would you, if you had the money, what expensive guitar would you buy? But hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for window shopping with me, right? Hit subscribe. Hit the little bell there to let you know when I do new videos. I'm going to do more stuff like this. I'm going to do some more songs because I like singing songs. I don't know if people like it when I sing songs, but I like to sing songs, right? And that's what music is about. It's personal. It's about having fun, right? So I love you guys. Peace out. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.